So, knowing that yesterday I did Disney, it's only fair that today, let's break down Pixar. Pixar is probably one of the most influential and flat out one of the best production houses that's probably ever existed. Like, of the movies that we've looked at, of the shows that we've looked at, of the movies they've made, it's consistently of a great quality until mid-2010s, and then it isn't. But we'll get to that in a second. So, to start off with, I feel like it's only fair that we do these in order. So I will try to remember what the order of most of these is. Until then, we will figure this out. Toy Story is great. Toy Story is still great. The animation, has it held up as well as some of the other ones? Absolutely not. But you can't deny its place in history. It's the first movie that's ever been made that was 100% CGI. It's impressive. And the fact that it's also a really good story, it's a really sweet story, it's really well done. The fact that they're still making spin-offs 23, 25, more than that, 28 years later, it's impressive. So, good on you, Pixar. You've made a masterpiece. And let's see where this goes from here. Next up was A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life was good. It definitely doesn't hold up as well as a lot of the other ones out there, but it's still good. Like, it's still an interesting, fun movie. There's still a lot to benefit from it. I'm just trying to think in terms of, like, with Pixar, Bug's Life doesn't normally stand out as one of the ones that you're just like, oh yes, let's watch A Bug's Life. But it's still a classic. It's still great. It's still funny. The ladybug joke maybe hasn't aged as well. It's been a while since I've watched it, so I'd have to actually give it another list. But, you know, for what it is, it's good. Toy Story 2 is better than Toy Story. Is it timeless? Not quite, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I feel like Toy Story 2 is really well done. I really enjoyed it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's hilarious. I like the new characters they added. It feels natural, and everything still works the way you want it to. So, overall, Toy Story 2, excellent, excellent show. Monsters, Inc., I would say it's their first timeless piece. I would say it's really good. I really like the message of it. I really like the story of it. I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny. It's a lot of fun. It's silly. It's good. Like, there's not really a lot bad to say about Monsters, Inc., to be honest. It's a classic, and it's really good, and it's really well done. And overall, it's probably one of my favorites. But, I'm going to go on a limb here and say, but there are other classics that I feel are better. Number one probably being next on the list, Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is hilarious. Still holds up really well. A lot of fun. Very cute. Very funny. The entire piece is just wonderful. I love Finding Nemo. I think it's probably one of the best movies Pixar's ever made. And there's not really much else to say about it. It's a classic for a reason. Everyone loves Finding Nemo. If you don't, that's fine. I'm curious to know why you don't. But, yeah, despite what we know now about, like, Ellen and all that stuff, you can't hold that against this particular piece. Finding Nemo's a classic. It's really well done. And overall, I think it's a lovely little feature. So, is it Cars or WALL-E next? I'm just going to say it's Cars. And Cars is fine. If Cars comes on, I'm not going to turn it off. But it's not one of the ones that I'm actively seeking out. It's not one of the ones that I'm actively just like, oh yeah, let's watch Cars. You know? Cars is just kind of a bland franchise overall. I feel like Cars has fallen out of favor a little bit more than a lot of the other, Pixar franchises. It's weird to think that Pixar has franchises, but they do. Definitely not one that I am actively seeking out multiple times. So, in terms of what it is, it's a fine story, a fish out of water story. The first one works really well still, but it's just not as interesting. Overall, not one of my favorites, not something I'm going to go back to time and time again. WALL-E, however, is great. WALL-E was my obsession for a little bit. I thought it was the cutest little thing. I even got like a WALL-E toy when I was in my teens, because I just thought it was so cool. I just loved WALL-E, and I've always loved trinkets. I wish I knew what happened to that WALL-E. I think that just got destroyed in one of my moves, but, well, It was one of the few things I was actually just like, this is like a little piece of childhood that I'll have forever. Even though at that time, I was not, well, I guess I was definitely more of a child than I am now. But even so, like, I will always wear my geek hat high. And Wally was always great. Wally is sweet, Wally is fun, Wally is nice. Everyone likes Wally, so. Hopefully you like Wally too. Up is a masterpiece. I'm going to put it underneath Wally because honestly the first 10 minutes is the best part of the movie. And then after that it's still great. It's still good. It's still very solid. But is it at the same level as everything else? Not really. I missed Ratatouille. I feel like everyone always misses Ratatouille, but Ratatouille is also great. Ratatouille is fantastic. It's hilarious. It's wonderful. It's cute. No one hates Ratatouille. Gotta throw that out there. I like the characters. I know it's the first time that they tried to do like a large... Well, I guess it's not the first time they tried to do a large cast of human characters, but the first time where the humans felt human, if that makes sense. It's lovely. Ratatouille is a hilarious, well-done story that everyone loves to this day for good reason. But yeah, Ratatouille is fantastic. Up is really, really good. I love the parts where they get to the South America, and then they actually have the cabin. And sorry, it's great. It's sweet. It's cute. I love Kevin. Kevin is an interesting, funny character. Doug is probably one of my favorite Disney/Pixar characters of all time. They just capture that dog energy so well. It's good. It's good. Cars 2. No, it's Toy Story 3 first. Toy Story 3 is fantastic. Is it my favorite Pixar movie? We'll find out. But for right now, it is. I think it's that one scene where they're all in the garbage piece before they're rescued by the aliens, and everyone just holds each other's hand. I just remember watching that and just bawling because I was just like, it was so well done and so pretty. And that idea that at the end, I didn't even throw The Incredibles in. That feeling like, yeah, it's just a beautiful story. It's a beautiful piece, and I really love it. The Incredibles. The Incredibles is incredible, but no, it is. It deserves to be on top. I'm gonna put it right behind Finding Nemo. I like how I'm talking about Ratatouille is the first one with human characters, and just like, no, that's The Incredibles. But then there's superhuman characters, so I have no defense for that. I'll get roasted later. It's fine. It's fine. Incredibles is good. Incredibles is really, really good. Everyone loves The Incredibles. Moving on, we have Brave. Brave's okay. It's not one I actively seek out. It's a show that I don't feel holds up as well as other Pixar movies. I feel like it's really interesting, but I feel like it was that year where I felt like the Disney movies should have been the Pixar movies and the Pixar movies should have been the Disney movies. But moving on. Cars 2 is not good. Do I need to say anything else? I don't need to say anything else. Finding Dory isn't as good as Finding Nemo, but it's still solid. I would like to watch Finding Dory often. So I think the message is really cute, especially with the parents. I feel like the parents play a really interesting part in that movie. It helps to flesh Dory out a little bit more. It's sweet. It's really cute. What can you say? Next up, we have Monsters University, which was okay. It's another one where I'm just like, it's fine. You know, maybe I'm being too hard on Cars. Cars should be there, because I know it's coming up next. Monsters University is fine. It's the ending montage, I think, makes a better movie than the movie itself. So, with that in mind, where can you go? Cars 3. I know Cars 3 came out recently. Well, whatever. I'm just going to start just ramming through them. Cars 3 is better than Cars 2, but not as good as Cars 1, but better than Monsters University. Coco is amazing. Coco made me cry. Coco is a wonderful movie. I will put it... Yeah, I think that's the right place. Inside Out is a wonderful movie. Inside Out made me cry. Like, there's a common theme with a lot of Pixar movies here. So, you just got to keep going. Luca is great. Oh my gosh, Luca's so good. Is it timeless? We'll find out. I'm going to keep it only at the high great level for now because it's still wonderful, but I don't know if it's like one of those all-time wonderfuls or just kind of a medium wonderful. Onward, I think, had a great premise. It had a lot of fun. I would keep it in the high good. Again, Pixar nails their endings, man. Pixar will nail the emotional, fulfilling ending and just move through in a beautiful way. So, yeah. I'll keep Onward up there. Soul. Soul's really good. I think that there's a beautiful quality to it that I really loved. It's very different than a lot of what they do before. I thought it worked really well. I feel like a lot of other people are mixed on it. My thought with Soul is that there's the one line in it where she's just like, there's the one line about water in the ocean, and I'm just like, that line sticks with me. Because I'm just like, the idea that you are in what you always have, and what you have is, it's deep, and it cuts deep, and maybe that's what I need right now. Moving on. Good Dinosaur, better than Cars 2, but not by much. Incredibles 2 is okay. I don't think it's as good as number 1, but I would rather watch it than Cars 3. No, Monsters University. Yeah, that's about right. Turning Red. Turning Red was really great. I really liked. It's Toronto. Like, what a weird choice to have this be the movie. Like, how weird? How weird is that? Obviously, it's going to do better because it's Toronto, but the characters are great. Everyone's hilarious in it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, no complaints. Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 is fine. Controversial thought. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the timeless classic Trill. So, I'll keep that there. Lightyear is, God, I don't know. I'll be maybe this is like recency bias, but I don't remember Lightyear after it's just got a lot of issues through it. We'll see how history reminds us of it, but right now I kind of keep it in the low okays. It's low K overall. Yeah, that's my opinion on Pixar, and you right there, you let me know what you think, because I am curious. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for watching. My name is Matti McLean. You can find me on problematic streaming platform Spotify at A Canadian in Eurovision. You can find me online on Twitter and Instagram at The Big Shabam. And finally, if you like what you've seen here and you want to help me out, feel free to like, subscribe. It really does help. And also, if you want to see me do something next, don't be afraid to tell me. Looking forward to hearing from you all soon, and you have a great day now.